All right. So session number 1 is strength, and it's the power in softness. So our speakers for this will be Jazz Turner. So if we can give a round of applause to Jazz. Okay, you can come join us up here, Jazz. I saved you a nice seat. And then also Dana Sidbury. Okay, I'm gonna come sit around with you guys.
I'm gonna sit here.
Oh yeah, no, you guys stay.
Okay.
You guys are good. Okay, perfect. So, I'm excited about this. Again, let's give them a round of applause. We're so excited. Okay, perfect. So, of course, together we'll explore how strength and softness can coexist. So we want to kind of open this up in a way that will really get everybody thinking a little bit deeper. Okay, so we've got a list of a couple of questions, and we're going to read those off and I'll answer them. So, in your career or leadership, where did being the strong one hold you back, and how did embracing softness create new opportunities?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. My name is Jazz, Jasmine, Jazz Turner, whatever you want to call me. I am a content creator on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I create a lot of content on glowing up and leveling up and all of the good things. So I think my entire journey starting off was, I think it's important to be strong, and I think the whole going away from the strong black woman trope it's a good thing because we're leaning into softness, we're leaning into femininity, but that doesn't mean in other areas we don't have to be strong. It's just we're strong in the wrong areas. It can stress us out. Our hair can fall off, we can gain weight, we can go crazy. Our body can tell us we're being strong in the wrong place, and I think that's what happened with me. I was in law school and I was really good at law school, but I was strong in the right place, and I wanted to prove something and stick to an identity so close that I ended up, deteriorating, hair falling out, overweight, toxic relationship, everything like that. And I knew the signs were there that I wasn't being soft with myself, but I think I was so headstrong on proving my point and sticking to my identity that, I feel like a lot of us have probably entered a season in our life that if we do not rest, if we do not take time for ourselves, our body will make us take time for ourselves. So that's what happened to me. It's just, I got really bad, and then I ended up going to business school and taking some time off, and then that's when I started really teaching myself all the glow up tips and everything like that. But I think I'm not strong today. Being soft doesn't mean you're not strong. It's just a different type of strength, I think.
I think I'm gonna bring you behind, Jazz.
There you go. In your career or leadership, where did being the strong one hold you back, and how did embracing softness create new opportunities for you?
So, I'm Dana Sidbury. The name of my company is Motivation Marketing Firm. You can find me at Motivation MKTG on social media, and I just want to take a minute to say everybody looks so good. Y'all really understood the assignment. Okay, we got 2 mics. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Look here. I'm gonna give this to Oprah.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Yes,
We love these microphones, guys.
so I need the question again now. One more time.
You're gonna take it, I promise.
People in the back didn't hear.
You know what? We're gonna do it again for the people in the back. Perfect. So, in your career or leadership, where did being the strong one hold you back, and how did embracing softness create new opportunities?
Okay, so I do marketing and PR. I started out as a promoter. I've always, all my life, I've known that I wanted to be in business. And when I say promoter, like throwing all the parties, if you're in Charlotte, you know about CIAA. So I would throw CIAA parties and just random parties and things like that. So I had a good time. Partying is fun, right? You have a good time, but at the end of the day, when you're investing all your money, you need that money back. So I had to learn to get out of my own way. Like she says, we as black women, we always have to be so strong. We always have to be so, just always on point at all times, but I learned a lot in promotions that, sometimes you have to humble yourself, ask for help, understand that you can't do everything, right? We want to do everything. So that's where the softness came in. I had to humble myself. And I had to ask people for help. I had to ask my friends for help. Y'all know how on social media is like, oh, your friends are not gonna support you. It'll be random people, strangers. Well, sometimes our friends don't support us because they don't know what we need, right? So sometimes you have to humble yourself, be a little soft, and tell people what you need, and they'll be happy to support you. So I think that was where I realized that, I can't always be hard. I need to be soft sometimes.
I love that. Thank you for that first question, guys. Next, how do you set boundaries in friendships or family while staying soft but not defensive?
That's a good question. I love a boundary. I love a boundary. I made a YouTube video the other day, and the title of it was like, my glowing up ruined my life. And at the beginning of it, I used this story. I don't know if y'all have gone through this, but I have a family member that just loves to bait me, like loves to get the old jazz out of me, but I've done a lot of soft life work on myself. So it was just one of those times, and they called me up complaining and then complaining about me, and I just didn't respond. And I think the old version of me would be, there's this great quote that says, if you're highly emotional, you're highly manipulated. And I just didn't say anything, and there was quiet on the line, and she was like, you've changed a lot, Jazzy. And I was like, thank God, because and honestly, it was in that moment that I realized, wow, like, I've really done the past work over the past years to enact these type of boundaries where, like, little situations like this, it didn't throw off my day. Like, back in the past, like, I would have been called up my mom, I would have complained, I would have complained to my best friends, I would have brought negativity into their life, it would have ruined my day. But I rolled it off of my shoulders. And I think different instances like that, like, I have a lot of boundaries with my friends, and boundaries doesn't always mean like you're mean and you're telling them the rules and everything like that. It's instructions on how to treat you so that you can have the best relationship possible. And I think if you don't have boundaries with people, that's how you lose yourself in relationships. That's how you lose yourself with friendships. That's how you get taken advantage of. And you don't need to bring a list to people, right? This is how to treat me. It just comes up in like different ways. Whether your boundaries are with financially, your boundaries are spiritually, emotionally, whatever it might be. But if you don't have those boundaries within yourself, you won't know how to proceed in relationships, and you won't know how to proceed within yourself. So you should have boundaries with yourself, I think, in general. And those look different for different people. I can't give you a list of boundaries that I think you should have, but I think you should get very comfortable in saying no to things that you literally don't want to do. I think you should get comfortable saying yes and stretching your comfort zones. But figuring out those boundaries is going to be completely up to you.
That was a great answer. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, period. Okay. How do you set boundaries in friendships or family while staying soft, not defensive?
Okay, so look, let me, I'm just kidding. So I am a Gemini.
Oh God.
And wait a minute.
I'm messing with you.
But I am one that I absolutely love people. I am one that people call on. I am people's sounding board. I am the person that people call just when they want to hear somebody breathe. Like, I am the one that can fix it. I am the one that people call. And one day, one of my cousins was saying that, Dana, you gotta slow down. You gotta stop talking to people all the time, because I was wearing myself down. Like she said, hair falling out, weight is just, it's always up and down, so whatever. But, just, you can, I wear on my face, like my bags under my eyes, like you could just really tell that people's everything was wearing on me. I'm what is called an empath. I feel. Even if we don't talk, even if you're going about your life, you dumped on me, I still feel that, and I carry that with me. And so she said, like I said, you need to slow down. You need to stop answering the phone. These are boundaries. And I'm like, not answer the phone? Well, what if something is going on? And she was like, well, who answers the phone for you? Who's there for you? When you have something going on, who do you call? I'm like, well, you. And then so she was like, yeah, but outside of me, like these people that are calling and dumping on you, and then they go and they do whatever after that, are they there for you? You know, you gotta be able to pour into yourself, and you gotta be there for yourself. I have a son. You have to be there for your son, but you can't allow people to just dump on you. So I stopped answering the phone, and I've been doing some self-work on me to understand, why do I feel like I always have to be there for everybody? Like, why does Dana have to be the person that everybody goes to? Now, I wear a lot of hats in my everyday. I own a business. I work with a company that has 10 franchises. I work with another company that has 50 clients, and we do PR there. So I work a lot, and I love what I do because I love people. But at the end of the day, when I'm spent and these people have called me, that's when I have to cut the phone off, stop answering, and then do some soft girl stuff. You know what I mean?
We love that stuff.
Yeah, we love that stuff. Just so I can recenter myself. So those boundaries are important at this big age. I am learning boundaries, and I'm not afraid to say that. It's not easy because I genuinely love people, but sometimes you can't love everybody else, and you have to take care of yourself first.
I love that. That was a good answer. Ooh, you guys are making me all tingly inside. I love it. It was great. Okay, let's see. What is our next question? So what does it look like to be both the strong friend and the one who asks for help?
I don't think I'm very good at this. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am learning to ask for help in real time right now. I am completely the strong friend. I'm the therapist friend, I'm the advice friend. I'm the friend that you call up when your man is not treating you right. I'm the friend that you call up asking what foundation should you use. Like, I'm the go-to friend. In terms of asking for help, it's really hard for me on multiple different fronts. One, I feel like it's not how I was raised, for one. So it's kind of hard to get it out of me if that's not how I was raised to ask for help. And then I think also, when you have the thing about being soft and, you know, being a woman and femininity and just a person in general, you need to understand that you are not in control. God is in control. Amen. And once you understand that you can't control every single outcome, it's actually like the biggest blessing in the world, because, you know, God's got you. You know, He is the driver and you're the passenger, and you follow His will and you follow His direction. So I say that to say is, I don't really ask for help because I try to control all situations. I know exactly how I want it to be. I know I can see it through. I know I can, but that's just not, like, we're humans. We're meant to connect with other people. God put certain people in our lives to help us out. And luckily I have friends right now, which I think is enabling me, like, that I don't have to ask for help. They just come in, they get it. They know, like, if I don't talk to you for a week, like, she needs help right now. My boyfriend knows when I need help. But I'll be honest with you, the second part of that question, I'm learning in real time, because it feels like, I hate to say it, it feels like weak to me. Like, it feels like when I ask for help, it feels weak, but I'm learning that it's the most powerful thing in the world, and closed mouths don't get fed. So you have to ask for help. Like, there's not one point in any successful woman or person's journey that they didn't ask for help and it didn't catapult them to the next level. They didn't do this all on their own, so, like, why do I have to do this on their own? So, not the most perfect answer. I'm a real person, but I'm trying my best.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. What does it look like to be both the strong friend and the one who asks for help?
So, piggybacking a little bit on what Jazz just said, I actually had a conversation with a friend guy earlier this week. I am not one that typically asks for help, right? And if I ask for help, I absolutely expect for it to be done. I mean, I think that's a win because I don't ask for help. So if I need something, I think
Because I need it.
Yeah, because I
don't. And when you're one that people just, always are, asking you for things and needing things and being there, you're being there for them, I don't think that's too much to ask. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he said, well, Dee, you got to understand that when you need help, I may not be able to give it to you at that point. And you can't get upset because your emergency is not always my emergency. I said, but your emergency is always mine. So I don't understand. So that right there clicked to me and is like, again, you need some boundaries. Like, how you gonna tell me that? How you gonna tell me that? But on the same token, it also told me to ask for more help. Ask for help more. You know what I mean? Because if I'm trying to do everything myself and I'm tearing myself down to be there for you and you and you, but when I call and ask for help, you can't help me, then that's an issue. So I need to ask for help more. Okay? And I need to stop trying to do everything myself. So being a strong friend is good. It's definitely necessary, especially in today's, I'm not even gonna say economy, just in today's society. We have to be strong for each other, but we also have to learn balance. We can't always be the strong one. Maybe we need to take days, take shifts. You girls, you gonna be strong right now. I need to be soft. I need, whatever the case, but we need to understand that we have to be there for each other and be able to know when to say when.
Perfect. That's great. Look, I had to set some boundaries and ask for help doing all of this. I was like, okay, let me put my pride aside, because once that pride hits, you're kind of like, okay, I'm lost. I need help. I need someone to do something for me. I can't do it all myself. That's what I've always said.
Shout out to support for your help today.
Yes, my help is in the back, baby. They are pulling through. They've been running around on the roads and everything for me in the background. So I appreciate them, and it's something that I didn't even really ask for. Okay. So when we're talking about people showing up and people doing things for you without you asking, those are the ones. Every time. And some of them couldn't even come, but they were like, I'm working, I really wish I could come. But there's like, I just want to talk a little bit about that question to myself. Recently a lot has been going on. There's been so many different things, I feel like, for everybody. And I think we needed to have this area and this place to just kind of breathe and relax a little bit, because everything's been happening. But I've had people literally stand up and do things for me that I didn't ask for. I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for my friends. Thank you, God, for every piece that makes this puzzle complete, because I have no idea how I would be doing half of the stuff. I don't know how I did this today. But all I could do is, thank you guys for all coming and all of that stuff. So we'll go on to the next question. You guys ready?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, and thank you guys for giving me the space to be open. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so what story about strength or weakness did you have to unlearn? And how did that shift your relationships or success?
That's a good question. I'm gonna share, I guess, a story or, something that I feel like was ingrained into me. I think we answered the other one, asking for help. But I think one of the best stories that I had to unlearn was probably in that transition between law school and business school, because that's when my glow up journey happened. And whenever you're trying to level up or glowing up, there's always something called an isolation phase. And that isolation phase is so incredibly important. And again, I'm going to reference this video I made. It's called Glowing Up Will Ruin Your Life. Sometimes we ask God or, whatever you believe in, for a different life. And then your friends start dropping off. And then you get laid off. And then money gets tight. And it's like, God, I asked you to change my life. But how are you going to be a millionaire and you don't know how to budget? How are you going to have really good girlfriends when you don't know how to show up? You're you go through this wilderness, you go through this isolation phase, and you go through this valley, and you don't understand, why everything's happening to you. But it's actually happening for you. And I've been through enough valleys to know that I come out every single time being better. And I think the story that I kept trying to tell myself is everything sucks. Everything sucks. Everything's bad is happening to me right now. I can't get out of this. I completely shifted my mindset into this is all working out for me. This is all working out for me. I'm supposed to learn this lesson. That friend was not supposed to be in my life. I was supposed to cut that family member off. I was not supposed to be in that job. There's nothing negative that happens in my life right now that I'm not like, this isn't working out for me. This is part of the plan. I don't get bogged down on things anymore. It's a mindset shift. It's a different way of thinking. It's not one big story, it's individual stories. I'm the type of person where I miss a flight, I don't know what that flight could have gone down or something. I'm that type of person. It's not all woo-woo and positivity and stuff, but when you make those little shifts every single day and you stop, I made another TikTok the other day. It says, don't be a loser in your own story. Stop talking down on yourself. Stop thinking everything's so negative all the time. Everything is always, always, always working out for you. And you have to constantly be active in your brain telling yourself that.
Yes, Jazz. Give us a word, girl. Yes, we needed that. That isolation period is something serious.
It is.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What story about strength or weakness did you have to unlearn? And how did that shift your relationships or success?
Okay. So, like I said, one of my hats is I am operations manager for a company that has 10 barbershops between North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, Lucky Spot Barbershop. We've made a lot of history-making things happen over at the barbershop. I don't know, was thrown into the role because, of course, I take care of everybody, but it fits me. And I had to learn one thing that is powerful to me being in leadership is give people grace. So in leadership, I'm not sure how many women here are in leadership. Okay. So society tells us that we have to be hard, we have to be, stern, and we have to, wear a black suit every day, black or blue, things like that. And that's the way that I got into that role. I came into that role being stern and, but sometimes you have to really listen to people, give them grace, and understand what it is that they're really saying. Barbers are creatives, right? So they're not the most professional people. They're not the most, I'm here on time all the time, right? But they are great people. I'm sure, hairstylists too, So in leadership, and we run the barbershops as a corporation, very professional, down to their dress. Just kind of changing that mindset that Jazz was just talking about. You can't come in here with flip-flops and socks on. Why? That's what we do in the industry. But that's not what we're doing here. But then I had to take a step back and say, okay, you're helping them to unlearn something that they have seen forever and a day. And I have to tell them, listen, I know this may not be easy for you. I know this may be a change for you, but just try it for a week or two and just see how you feel. See how people react to you. See how the moms tip you. See how they try to give you some draws. Just see, right? And then okay, all right, Miss Dana, all right, I'm gonna give it 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Let me get my first check. Okay, cool. Some of them have been with me for 4 and 5 years that did not want to make that change, that did not want to take the time and bet on themselves, that I was not giving them grace. Some of the people, when you just look at them, you be like, oh, here we go with this. But then you take the time to talk to them and listen to them, they came to the interview on their last couple dollars. Like this is the opportunity that they needed to change and to be positive and be around like-minded people. They needed that grace. So sometimes you just have to step back in leadership and not be so rough around the edges. Sometimes you just have to let softness creep in and give people the chance. Listen to them and let them be vulnerable. You be a little bit vulnerable now. You can't tell all your business, especially in leadership. But give them the chance to get to know them and understand why.
Thank you. Okay, now we're gonna do this at the end of every single panel. We're gonna have a teaching moment because it's so important for all of us. We've learned a lot already, but I want everybody to leave with something to take home that's not in a gift bag or a gift box. You know what I'm saying? So, what practice helps you return to softness when life, work, and family pushes you into hardness?
I think I will always revert back to changing my environment. I always say, change your environment, you will change your life. You can't grow in the same environment that you were stuck in. It doesn't even make sense. And am I saying move to the other side of the country tomorrow? No. I mean, if you can work from home from a different coffee shop. If you can take an afternoon and clear out your social media and change your algorithm a little bit. If you can be a little bit more intentional about the friends that you can keep around. If you can just do like a Thursday to Sunday staycation in your city and get a massage. If you do want to up and move, but you will not glow up, you will not level up in the same environment. It's never going to happen. You can't make it work. So my teachable moment is do something this week to change your environment. It can be so small. Like, it can, again, be working from a different coffee shop. It can be walking in a different neighborhood. It can be, taking the more scenic route home. Something, because there's gonna be something in that moment that shifts your mindset, that shifts a little bit of thinking, that I always say it's not about perfection, it's about momentum. You just need to get started. And then you'll keep on going. So if you can do something to change up your environment, I would.
It's my buddy right now. Okay, what practice helps you return to softness when life, work, and family pushes you into hardness?
So I have two. The first one is this little thing called delegation. Can you do this? Can you do this? Hey, do this for me. Do this, you go over here and do this. And even with your family, like, delegation is not for just work. Like, hey, cousin, can you do this? Or, mama, I need you to do da-da-da-da. Delegation, that definitely helps you to get back to your soft place. Because, like we've been saying the whole time, you can't do everything yourself. And the other thing is, turn off your phone.
Hello.
Period. I've been on a couple vacations to where I wanted to turn my phone off. I just didn't, because we are so addicted to our phones. Like, we have to have our phones. Like, it's a drug. I'm surprised it's not a study on how much we're addicted. Well, I'm sure it's there. But your actual phone, like the study on how we have to have our phone. Like, it's turn your phone off, and just be quiet, be with yourself. And I do that a lot. My son will come home and he'll look around and like, why is it so quiet in here? No TV, no laptop, cell phone in the room. I'm in the kitchen. Take a step away from your phone. So much is in there. Social media, what your homegirls is doing, that boyfriend that getting on your nerves, that husband that you ready to leave. All that is in your phone, and you cannot connect with yourself. So leave the phone alone and delegate. It's not a curse word. Try it. It helps. I think that's it.
That's perfect. That is perfect. Well, I appreciate you guys for hopping on this strength panel. If we could give them a round of applause. They did such an amazing job. Golly, I think I learned a couple of things too.
I did too. I
Yes, I absolutely did. But I just want to thank Dana and Jazz. You guys will see Jazz a little later. Yes, I just want to thank you guys for speaking today on this panel. It's so important to talk about, even though we're talking about softness, to also talk about strength and how that impacts us as Black women, because that's something that we literally are brought up on and what people think we're created for. So I'm excited that you guys were able to break it down for us a little bit deeper. And I'm just so excited that you guys are here. So thank you so much, and we'll go on to our next panel.